News when you want it with Bloomberg News Now. I'm Amy Morris. There's your closing bell for this Monday on Wall Street, where a sell-off in chip makers offset a decline in oil prices as pressure keeps building for the biggest AI spenders to justify those investments. And we bring you the closing numbers each day here at Bloomberg. The S&P 500, little changed on the upside. It only gained 1 point. NASDAQ lost 44 points. The Dow gained 262 points. The 10-year Treasury yield at 4.64%. The 2-year yield at 4.32%. The Philadelphia Semiconductor Index more than 2% lower, led by Nvidia, which is about 5% lower. Now let's get the latest on the war with Iran, where President Trump says he paused strikes on Iran to give negotiations a shot, minimizing the prospect of a potential military escalation. While on Air Force One, the president said he would ask Russian President Vladimir Putin if he's helping Iran with satellite images.
We'll find out if that's true. I'll ask Putin about it. We'll find out. Hasn't had much impact because we've knocked the hell out of it.
Trump added that the U.S. and Iran are talking, and he believes there's a good chance something will come of that. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries says congressional Democrats are going to keep pushing back against Trump's war efforts.
One of the things we have to take a look at is the amount of taxpayer dollars that are being spent to fund Donald Trump's reckless war machine.
House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries on balance of power, and oil prices are lower at this hour. WTI crude nearly 8% lower, now at $82 a barrel. Brent crude topping 9% lower, now at $88 a barrel. Now, this has been a huge day of Nvidia deals. Nvidia committing to invest $5 billion in safe superintelligence, which will also receive access to Nvidia's next generation Vera Rubin platform. Nvidia has backed a number of prominent AI startups, which also rely on the chipmaker's hardware to build and run their own software, including with SK Hynix, a deal worth more than $500 billion. Bloomberg's Ed Ludlow says some of those deals have been criticized for being circular in nature, creating an increasingly interconnected web of dependencies between technology suppliers and AI startups.
It doesn't even take into account the sort of part B of that story, which is Nvidia financing OpenAI's purchase of Nvidia chips of $350 billion. And that's where the concern on circular financing probably is more concentrated.
Bloomberg's Ed Ludlow. Nvidia also said to be in talks to help OpenAI finance a massive data center in Ohio and a data center under construction in South Korea. Senator Mitch McConnell's office says the senator is going through physical therapy at a rehabilitation center after his hospitalization last month. In a statement, McConnell says he's not medically cleared to leave the rehab facility and return to office, and physicians see him each day. McConnell says he's working hard to get back to his full schedule of work in the Senate and in Kentucky. He did not include a timeline for his return. Sales at LVMH's fashion and leather goods unit rose 1% last quarter, missing analyst estimates. The conflict in the Middle East deterred wealthy shoppers. If not for the conflict, LVMH's quarterly sales would have grown by 4% instead of 3% at the group level. Shares of LVMH more than 1% higher. Shares of Cracker Barrel off session lows, more than 2.5% lower. The company has a new CEO now, David Dino, replacing Julie Messina, who fought to help the brand recover from political backlash over its 2025 rebranding, when Cracker Barrel simplified its logo and redesigned its restaurants, moving away from the old-timey look. A 15-year-old suspect has been arrested after that shooting at a food festival near Seattle's Space Needle that killed 3 people and left at least 4 others injured. Authorities are still looking for a second suspect. Investigators believe the 2 suspects were shooting at each other. Fire crews in southwest France are battling a massive wildfire that has burned an area 4 times the size of Paris. The blaze forced 220,000 people to flee near Bordeaux. With temperatures expected to rise, the situation remains critical. Spain is also fighting its largest ever fires, with evacuations around Madrid and Valencia. Authorities are urging stronger climate action as heat waves intensify the crisis. That's news when you want it with Bloomberg News Now. I'm Amy Morris, and this is Bloomberg.